Yo, yo, yo. What's up, world? What's up, town? This is the guys podcast, and this show tonight we're gonna start off representing town. Everybody know me from town, know me as Merv.
And this is Stacks. Y'all know me as Hyson as well. And tonight's episode of the Gods Podcast is going to be dedicated to the city of Georgetown and the memory of two young brothers we lost this past weekend, Kinsley Mickey Johnson and my cousin, Marquise Mickle. And we know the city is hurting, but we just wanted to show love. And we want to just let the city know that we are here with you tonight. The show is going to be dedicated to y'all. Rest in paradise, Mickey. Rest in paradise, cousin Keith. Hey, be blessed, town.
Fly high.
Yo, fellas, what it do out there?
What up?
What's happening? What's happening?
Yo, Dre, how you do out there, my man?
Oh man, I'm cool, man. Try to bring some little light to the cast. You know, R.I.P. to the AFPT. all my soldiers out there know exactly what I'm talking about. That shit is over with.
Word. Merv, how you doing out there, my man?
Man, look, man. I can't find my fucking wine glass. I've been looking for that shit. Huh? I can't find my what?
Men usually don't have wine glasses. That's probably why you can't find it.
Yeah.
Listen, man. I'm a sophisticated nigga. Let me talk. All right, y'all some old rough around the neck or some rough edge niggas. You know what I'm saying? Salt and Pepper's talking about y'all asses when they made that fucking song Roughnecks. Nigga, let me talk. You asked me what I'm doing, right? All right, so like I was fucking saying.
Was that MC Light though?
No, nigga, that was Salt and Pepper.
No, that was MC Light. No,
that was MC Light. I'm pretty sure that was MC Light.
Pepper. No, Salt and Pepper.
Got a roughneck, gotta get a roughneck.
No, not that. No, not that song.
No, you're talking about a different song. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about a different song. But anyway, I digress. Can I fucking go? Sean, you asked me how the fuck I'm doing, right?
Please.
All right, cool. Please. I couldn't find my fucking wine glass, right? But you know, I got my wine bottle. So what's better than just drink out the fucking bottle?
Absolutely.
But listen, hold on.
That's wino shit.
Hold up. Stats.
Stats. What?
Stats.
What?
Nigga, where the fuck were you at last week?
Oh shit.
Oh.
Okay, did he tell you he was with the PO?
He know he was.
Oh, but check. Hey,
he told us that.
Hey, Merv, I'm going to explain it to you. I was actually in Japan, man.
Huh?
I was in Japan.
I smell some choreographed bullshit.
Nigga,
yeah, something about,
what you doing there?
Don't do it.
Well, I do some freelance. What I do is I do some freelance private investigation in my free time, right? So I had a friend that reached out to me, right? You know, brother in arms, man. So you know, when we go overseas in the military, we tear it up, man. We get into some shenanigans, some really nefarious activity. So I had to go take care of some stuff for my mans, right? So he didn't give me much, man. He gave me this brush, you know, this typical brush that beanhead niggas, you know, brush their hair with. I needed that. But without further ado, we believe in transparency here at the guys. So I'm gonna get my Maury on. Sean, in the case of you and 9 pleasure house bitches out of Okinawa, you are not the father. You dodged some major bullets there, man. It was rough treading. A couple of them little motherfuckers had bean heads like you. But you dodged a bullet, man. You can cash at me. You know, you can cash at me for that. You can cash at me at Stacks0902. You know, because you're delinquent right now. I should have gotten my money back earlier, but that's what I was, Merv.
If it's war, it's gonna be, my nigga. Yo, and Merv, you co-sign this?
Oh, that was definitely choreographed. It definitely was. That was definitely a planned attack.
Planned attack. Good to go. Good to go. I appreciate that.
What?
Now I got a reason. Mark, how you doing out there?
I'm all right, man. You know, I'm all right out here. You know, Doc Rivers, you know, came to the city. So I was like, man, I'm all right out here, man. You know, I like hopefully he stays, you know what I mean, for instead of going somewhere else.
So you want Doc Rivers now?
Yeah, because he probably can get Ben Simmons to shoot. Something no coach in his life has gotten him to do.
I thought you called him trash in the group chat last week.
We all
he don't shoot. You know what I'm saying? I can call him trash. You know what I mean? Shoot.
No, I'm talking about Doc Rivers, nigga.
Doc Rivers trash.
What, Doc Rivers?
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, man. I'm like, look, you know what I mean? The Clippers took 40-something threes. I'm just, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
I get you, Mark. Yo, let's go and kick this thing off, fellas. So tonight we're going to get into, we got a lot of things to unpack tonight. We want to kick things off with the Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown albums, their debut albums. Both albums came out in 1996 in November. Actually, they came out a week apart. Kim dropped the first week, I think it was November 12th when Kim dropped, and then November 19th, Foxy came around and dropped the album. Normally we would do just a one album feature for the retro review, but we wanted to do something different this week and change it up on everyone and talk about two albums that shows a parallel between these two female artists. Both are from Brooklyn, of course. Both of them actually came out the gate really strong, and both of them got a lot of things they want to say on their first debut album. And there's a lot of history around these albums, so we're going to unpack that tonight before we get into the other things we're going to talk about later on. So with that said, I want to kick things off with my man Stacks. Tell me, Stacks, how do you feel about these two albums, man? You got a chance to listen to these albums all over again.
1996. I was a senior in high school. To be perfectly honest with you, I wasn't really that much of I wasn't deep diving into music back then like that. I know those albums came back in that year, but listening to them on today, Fox, I heard a lot of Jay. Like it sounded like it literally brought it. I feel like I was listening to Jay-Z, which is always good. And as far as even more so with Lil' Kim, I literally felt like I was listening to Big. That's basically what I got out of the album. Il Nana, I got that better than Hardcore, and I didn't get any skippables on it when I listened to it. The stuff with Havoc, all the ones stuff. I know that's your boy from Prodigy, Sean, but they got some bangers on there.
Mobb Deep. Not from Prodigy, from Mobb. Prodigy is part of Mobb Deep, but yeah, please.
He's still thinking about this sneak attack he did. He feel like he killed it.
He killed.
Dre, I know he coming back. Hey, I know he coming back, but you bet not miss in my Tariq voice. Hey,
I thought that was Omar.
It was Omar.
No, man. Tariq said that the other night. You know what I mean? On the last episode.
So are we going to quote Tariq or are we going to quote Omar? Which one?
Well, let's quote the guy who
quote Tariq. That's what we're talking about doing our goddamn review.
Yo, this ain't the Tariq show tonight, man. We're not doing that.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Stacks.
Yes,
we just trying to correct you, man.
That's all. I know Stacks
I appreciate it
right now because he threw the shout out that he know I'm coming back, so he's kind of discombobulated. So please, Stacks, continue.
Well, like I said, Il Nana has some bang. I got Il Nana as the better album. Lil' Kim's album, I know it's called Hardcore, but in 2020 it was a bit much for me.
What you mean?
Overly sexualized, and I know that was Kim's thing when she came onto the scene.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, some of those tracks just go way far. And Merv, I know you really can appreciate shit like that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But And it's some shit that it's some bangers that were classics in the club, but I just think it's a bit too much, for 2020.
Okay, so that means you didn't really listen to the album again. So I'm gonna go to the Hugh Hefner of the group, Merv.
Wow.
So Merv, after you listen to, I know you got to tell us Hardcore was your favorite album. We know why. Was that?
Hey, Merv, you there talking about with the licky.
He was in a backhand bounce. So Merv, what are your thoughts on 96? Lil Kim with the Hardcore and then Foxy Brown with El Nana. What was your thoughts on that, man? Listening to it then and not listening to it now.
I think. Let's see. Both out. I disagree. I disagree with Stacks. I think you say it's a bit much for 2020. Nigga, we got Cardi B out here. We got Meg Thee Stallion. We just listened to a song called WAP, Wet Ass Pussy.
Wow.
And you said this song, WAP,
what
whatever. WAP, what?
I think
Crack pipe,
I think
pipe,
that was
same thing.
I think that was a bit much as well.
You feel like WAP is a bit much?
What is you talking about, Scott? That's what we doing? We throwing shots tonight, Scott? I thought you was my dog. I'm ready now.
Merv, it's my opinion. It's
hey, you know what? Hey, my bad. That's coming from somebody in their 40s. So you old now and shit. So let me get back to the mic on my arm. I mean, let me get back to the comparison. All right, so yeah.
Wow.
I love it.
My bad.
I love it.
Get back to Foxy.
This what we doing? Okay.
I love it.
Hey,
they with the shits tonight.
But yeah, so I fuck with both albums, yo. I fuck with both albums. I don't think Hardcore was a bit much. Shit, we've been watching, and we can watch Power. If you can watch the last episode of Power, you can listen to fucking Hardcore Lil Kim. All right, because both of us really about fucking. But Lil Kim made it. Both of these albums were trendsetters. Both of them started where they had
no doubt.
Both of them started where a female could be hard and sexy at the same time, rapping about sex, sexualizing hip hop. Now Queen B, Lil Kim, she took it to a whole nother level. I think the album started off with somebody fucking.
They wasn't fucking. That nigga was jacking off in the damn movie theater.
Hey, I'm gonna stop you. That was totally fucking unnecessary right there. I'm gonna give you the rest of the album, but that shit.
That nigga was jacking off in the theater, man.
Exactly. Like, don't call it fucking. He was literally jacking off with butter, no less. That's how you get down. That's how we doing it.
Well, he paid $10. He got the right.
That's a Queens thing.
He got the right to do it.
Brooklyn. That's Brooklyn thing.
Oh, my bad.
Wow.
Hey,
Jesus.
But I got But I will say I think Foxy album materialized better than Lil Kim album. But it was a lot of similarities. Both of them came out of the same year. Both of them had females. Both of them had females being proud of their bodies, owning their fact of being of the sexuality. But the similarities of the album, like Holy Matrimony from Foxy album, reminds me of Mafia Land from Lil Kim album. Get Me Home kind of remind me of like Crush on You. And then there, the Promise from El Nana kind of reminds me of the Fuck You from Hardcore. And then If I from Foxy Brown, when she told me if I could take it back when she's about this nigga that was fucking her over or whatnot, and she got rid of this nigga. I don't know. The intro had them niggas come in when she went to take a phone call, and they goddamn sound like they killed the nigga. And then Lil Kim, No Time. I got no time for fake niggas. Then Il Nana, the title, you got Il Nana with Method Man, and you got Queen Bitch. So both of those title songs, you got Il Nana really talk about what Foxy was talking about. She's always talking about sex. She had this brown, was it Pam Grier? She was more related to like Pam Grier for the sexiness. Lil Kim was over the top, but she always called herself Queen Bitch. And then you got the Al B song and a Big Mama Thing song, where both of them had Jay-Z in it. So both of them had several songs that give you the same feel, whether it's the concept or the beat or the features. It's almost like, I don't think they did the songs. They didn't do the albums together, but it's almost like they had the same concept, they had the same mindset when they was putting the albums together. I think you like Foxy album more because you're a Jay-Z fan, and Jay-Z did more production with the Foxy album. But Foxy album is more nigga related. More niggas can relate to the Foxy album because she did a good mixture of sex appeal and some hard shit, as opposed to Lil Kim. 9% of all the songs is about fucking.
Real quick, can I comment? Foxy's sexy. Sex sells, but I think Foxy was able to lean more on her lyrics. I mean, he had track masters.
Hey, didn't you already give your take? Can we give our takes? Don't be trying to steal our shit.
Yeah, man.
You was responding to what I said.
Go ahead, gentlemen.
Mark. So Mark,
man, talk your shit.
Mark, besides the beats and the lyrics, what do you think about both albums, man?
Man, I'm gonna say like this. I like Lil Kim's album better. I liked it better then, and I like it better now. I would say like this: the production on Lil Kim's album I thought was better, right? Foxy lyrically, I think is better than Kim. Okay, cool, she got that. But beats always win with me over lyrics. You know what I mean, your lyrics really have to be superb, for lyrics to outshine beats. But I would say like this, man, Lil Kim, you can really kind of go up and down that album, and I mean, you got some shit that hit hard, right? And I'll take you to a place, man, like when that album dropped, I'm like, man, when that album dropped, was crazy. And this is when I'm a young boy, right? Just trying to sneak in in the club or whatever with the fake ID and shit like that. Like, you trying to get in that joint, right? And I mean, chicks pulling up the Lil Kim, they in Lexus GSs and shit. X coupes, the big Benz, you know what I'm saying? Drop top shit. I'm like, man, chicks is out here getting money, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, like when I was in Philly, New York, DC, all that shit, man. So, I mean, shout to both of them for kind of bringing that shit out, because I'm like, man, when you see like a woman balling, I mean, man, you just got to sit back and appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the albums go, I would say like this: Lil Kim, I thought her beats was like on point. I mean, she had the Queen Bitch joint that was hot. She had the Big Mama Thing, you know what I'm saying? For that shit hit hard, right? Drugs, that also hit, and then she had some shit, for the club, Crush on You, and then, it was the original and then the remix, Biggie and C's, and you know what I'm saying? And No Time, obviously with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? That was like the first single to drop off the album. That was hot. Motherfuckers was fucking with that because that was playing in the summer, like well before the album, came out. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you really, like, when that shit came, I'm like, man, like, yo, when Kim said, yo, E-Class with the goggles, 96 model, like, yo, bitches really was, excuse me, my bad, Shorty, but, they was really pushing that shit. You know what I mean? They was really pushing that shit. Rims on it and all. Like, so it just kind of takes me to a time where, like, yo, like, Get Fly type of thing, like, it looked different than it is now, but it takes you to a time, where, like, yo, you just felt that shit. And as a young boy, seeing that, like, damn, like, I like to get with something like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, all right, she out my league right now. I had to get to that later, you know what I'm saying? But it was just shit like that, and the chicks would carry the little guns with them, you know what I'm saying, too, like the little 25s and shit, you know what I mean? So all of that was cool, man. It was just some hood shit, some celebratory shit, and I was with it. I was with that whole scene right there. And salute, to all the females getting money and doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? As far as Foxy album goes, like I said, lyrically she's better, but she has some joints on there that I like too. Letter to the Firm was my favorite. To be honest, that was my favorite track on the album. I'm like, man,
that was
you can kind of run the day. The Promise with Havoc, like you mentioned, Stacks. But Ill Nana, that was my shit. That was my shit right there. I was like, man, I love that record, man. That was my shit, man. But even when you think back to both these albums, right? And you think back, right? And I'm just like, man, you and your first Lil Will or something like that, or whatever. And you play that shit and you got a chick in the car. Yo, she was hype. And you was a little hype too, because you like, I think something might happen in this car. You know what I'm saying? So you was with it. You know what I'm saying? So shout to Foxy, shout to Lil Kim for that shit. You know what I mean? They did it for the culture, man, in Philly, New York, DC, and wherever I was. That shit was hopping, man. So shout to that.
Indeed. So Dre, what are your thoughts on both of these albums, man? What are the parallels to you?
All right, before I get started, I want to say big shout out to Facebook Live, big shout out to YouTube Live. Go check out both of those pages, subscribe, like, share. Big shout out to Zingo TV. We're on Zingo TV, that's the app. And then you go to channel 199, there's Blackjack TV, that's the station that we're on. I promise you, you go on any random time of the day, you're going to see one of the guys' shows. You might see a battle from the past or whatever the case may be. So please check that out. And we're also on 1 Mile High Network. That's a radio internet service. So please check us out there. When you want to call on that long drive, you can check us out. Then secondly, before I get started, I want to tell Scott, listen, I feel real disrespected because you got me confused with that ugly motherfucker that got that Lakers shit on, Scott. I'm the one that said that Mia X was my favorite female rapper, not him, okay? And that's why you got, I can give you a good music review like I'm about to. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Scott's still my people. That's why I was like, whoa, what's Scott doing? But that's my people. But
for me.
Whoa, no, that is definitely not the case. But so here's what I'm gonna say about the album. First off, I think the album names, I think they should have been switched. I think Foxy joint should have been called Hardcore and Kim's joint should have been called Ill Nana. Contrary to what the populars believe, Foxy Brown really wasn't on that tip. And the reason why she wasn't on that tip is because of who she had writing for her. She didn't just have Jay-Z, she also had Nas. What I do like about Jay-Z and Nas, this is one of the few times, and if people listen to it, they can hear it, especially on the song. I know you could tell that it's written by Nas, but then you can hear the Jay-Z influences. So I'm not gonna say they were actually in the studio together, but listening to The Chase, it sounds like they was in the studio together. I think Foxy's album, like everyone has said, Foxy's album was more lyrical, but Foxy also fell into the same trap that all of Jay-Z's other artists fell into. Their production is just never there. You can tell the influences of real hardcore b-boy hip hop. So when I say b-boy, I'm talking about the late 80s. You can hear that influence in the beats that were picked, and that probably wasn't the right lane for Foxy. I don't feel like she should have been doing things like I'll be good. Even though that joint smashed, I just don't think that was Foxy lane. But then so that's when you go to and you start talking about Biggie and Lil Kim. It's very visible that Biggie was able to tap into the things that Puffy was able to teach him. Like when you listen to the beats that were picked and you listen to the singles, Lil Kim's singles, although I don't think they were better songs, Lil Kim's singles blew Foxy's out the water. With the exception of the Crush on You remix, where they actually brought her onto it because it was Lil C's sound and it was his song. But when they brought her onto it, it made it even better. And so I think that was all attributed to Biggie having Puffy in his corner, where Nas and Jay, they just come out Reasonable Doubt and Illmatic, so they straight for the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like there was nothing there that was really a popish type single as you look at you know, Big Pop or One More Chance or whatever. So that's where the Puffy influence came in. And I think it really showed on the two contrasts of the album. And now the last thing well, not the last thing, but what I am going to say is listening to it today, I think both of the albums was trash. I didn't really care. I think this was probably for the music portion, this was the weakest retro review. But for the concept portion, I think this was the most outstanding retro review. And the reason why I think it was the most outstanding, you know, someone took my statement or my thoughts the other day when we was on our video call. You know, the fact that you had Jay-Z penning in, you know, majority of the album, and then what he didn't pen, you had Nas came in and penned the rest. Like, to put that up against Biggie pen is something different and something that people don't think about. But let me tell you, both of them, they wax Biggie ass. And like, if you listen to it, you kind of feel like Biggie wasn't that great of a writer. When you compare the lyrics, not the songs, I'm talking just strictly lyrics, because song-wise, Lil' Kim was able to kill it because Biggie was penning shit that was more to her suit, and he was doing it more to her production style. So, you know, that's what I got to say on it.
Wow, that was a lot to unpack. I'm gonna have to move myself real quick so you guys can gather around while I tell you a campfire story real quick and put this thing.
Oh, fucking goodness!
So
did this nigga just move himself to the middle to do this for real?
Yeah. So
hey, I'm canceling all rights now. What the fuck?
I don't want everybody to gather around because I think that you are scratching the surface right now. Dre, you got a little deep. I think Stacks did for a little minute as well, and so did Merv. I think you guys just
shit,
man. You guys,
you know, we try to keep this to like 45 minutes or less, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's why I'm here to help because I want to piece everything together, just to make sure that I understand who's wrong and where we kind of veer off. So I do agree with Stacks. I do think that Foxy's album was a little bit more musically sound than the hardcore album. And you guys gotta understand, these two albums were built up. You know what I mean? Foxy, you gotta think about Foxy came off of Who Shot You, right? She had the Who Shot You remix with L. She blazed that. Then she had the Ain't No Nigga with Jay, right? She blazed.
Can we go back though? I'm sorry to interrupt, but we have to. Can we go back? Was she really killing Who Shot You, or was Who Shot You just so fucking memorable of a song? Because you're talking the likes of L, you're talking the likes of Keith Murray. So she was standing next to some hard bodies, right? That I feel like made her seem like she was killing.
I don't know. I think
her first one hard. Her first one hard.
I think she stepped up well with him on that Who Shot You.
She held her own.
That was just my question. My bad. I don't want to get beat up. Damn, I can't ask a question.
She held her own against some juggernauts out there, some lyrical juggernauts. And then you got Ain't No Nigga, where she really stole that song. Like, she really stole I mean, Jay did good, but Foxy stole that song. And that's kind of like, you know, Stacks, when I got Nas says, Foxy got you hot because you kept your face in her push. When you think you're getting girls now because of your looks, Negro, please. He was saying that because Foxy was the one who was keeping things hot, not just for Jay, but also during that time, there was a bidding war for someone to sign Foxy before she got signed to Def Jam. Def Jam happened to, you know, win. Of course, you guys know that. So her album was built up. You got track masters on there. She just came off of Blazing It Was Written, and she did shine on It Was Written on that joint. And now the anticipation of her album to come out later on that year was highly anticipated for a female artist. Although Lil' Kim was still in the backdrop, but people still talking about, you know, she following in the footsteps of Big. If you go back and listen to the Lil' Kim album, you listen to hardcore. Hardcore is almost like a female version. It's really Big speaking as a female version.
It's ready to die. It's ready to die. There is, and that's why I was just like, it's trash because it's ready to die.
It was a bit much like Dreams, like exactly. Really, you're gonna have a
that's the exact same song.
That's the exact same song.
Same songs. That it was like 5 or 6 songs on there that mirrored
Exactly.
what Big had, and that to me that lack authenticity and a lack of originality. But then you go to Il Nana and think about this: you got Method Man just rapping on the hook. He not giving you no verse. You got Method Man rapping on the hook when Method Man was like Method Man
at his height.
At his height, you know what I'm saying? And then Holy Matrimony. You got that beat, and anybody who's a hip hop head knows that beat. You know that beat has been played in several songs back in the 80s up until now. So of course you got that beat cupping off the intro, the Chicken Coop, the intro. You got the whole joint, but they had a snippet of Comega song, Comega the Executive. You know, the one that Jay took later on and used on the back half of Blueprint as a hidden song. But anyhow, he did that just to do a shot at Nas. But anyhow, you had that beat and just a snippet of that song, and you put that on the album as well. Then you're going to turn around and I want to correct stats because he said Prodigy Group, which is really Mobb Deep and Havoc and Prodigy, who is Mobb.
You know what the fuck I meant.
I didn't because you said it. So you had the problem.
Sad boy, he not even drunk yet. That's sad boy.
He just didn't know, and I'm here to help.
You'll be there before me.
You had the
problem. I doubt it.
Yeah, you got a point too.
But and I still would have a good mind.
You got a great
Merv, don't you say shit, Merv. Like, don't you say shit, Merv.
He ain't lying.
Yeah,
he ain't lying.
Definitely gonna be there before me
for no reason. But I do agree with Dre. Our B is comparable to Sunshine, right? So
facts. It's the same beat.
Hey, this dude go out of his way to take shots at
no,
Jay,
no.
Man.
It's the same beat. No. Listen, now I defend Jay. Whenever he go at Jay, I defend Jay. But it's the same beat, man.
No, it's
the same beat.
It's not the same beat. No,
it's the same.
No, because they came from those songs came from R&B classics from back in the day. They're two different.
Right. You're right. But it's the same beat. It's the same formula. The same formula.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's the exact same beat. I'm saying you can hear it's the same sample. You can hear the exact same sample. Right. Go listen to it.
Listen to it. So my final point is, you gotta think about it. Foxy made this album. She was only 18, right? And although Jay and Nas had some influence on the writing pieces, her brothers also had a lot of writing credits on this album too that were hidden. She has her own writing credits as well. She had her own style. She had her own flavor to it. But I remember this guy told me a long time ago, man. He hip hop head. He's actually from Brooklyn. And he was telling me, he said you can tell that Jay was trying to oppress Nas in the studio because you listen to the song, you listen to the lyrics. She kept saying, Nas, you should have seen me shaking my ass. Like she kept saying certain things that the song that Jay wrote, he kept saying, Nas, you should have seen me. Nas, you should have seen this. Like it was like, I'm trying to show you that Nas, make a song with me, or Nas, be on the record with me. And there was a reason why.
I ain't gonna go with that. I'm gonna be honest. I think at that time he had respect for Nas, man. Stop.
No, he did. That's what I'm saying. Because he had respect for him during that time, he was just like, look, my pen is nice. Like I'm giving you props because I'm talking about the firm. I'm saying that Nas this, Nas that. Check the Lexus. Check all of this. Everything that Nas spit about, it was written. Foxy was kind of saying that in her own album because it came out about 4 months before this album came out. Same year.
Why do I think it came out afterwards?
No, they came out before because the firm came out in '97. Did you?
No, I thought it was written was a fourth quarter album.
Was in the spring.
It was written, came out in the spring.
I don't know why I thought it was a fourth quarter. All right,
cool. In the spring, and then Foxy came out in November. So it came out.
I know the Nas fan gonna know.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, so.
Hey, Merv, I will tell you though, it was written as probably one of my favorite rap albums of all time.
As it should be. We talk about that in a different segment though. But the point to bring this home, the point I'm making is, I'll give it all to you guys. Hardcore, Mark, I can tell hardcore is your style. Hardcore is your thing. Hardcore is a little bit raunchy, but that's Biggie trying to be as nasty as he can be from a female perspective. Straight up, that was his own angle. Whereas,
I got a question. Never mind. I ain't gonna do that. Never mind.
Where you have Foxy, who was being spearheaded by Trackmasters, and during that time, Trackmasters were killing it. Tone and Pope, they were killing it. So they weren't going to allow her to go that far. And plus, she was only 18. She started recording this album at the age of 17. So she's not going to go too crazy, too overboard. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to make records that can play on the radio. They're trying to make records that can cross over to R&B. And Mark, I kind of disagree with you. You were saying about the, who like who. I think the dudes mess with hardcore more just because it was hardcore. You know what I mean? I think the R&B audience messed with Nana because it was more of an actual R&B hip hop album. And that's R&B.
I mean, besides the joint with Blackstreet and they had the joint with Drew Hill.
Yeah, that's heavy.
It was the singles though, but that's how albums are judged, is by the singles.
Right.
And that's why I was like, I don't like it. Even going back to everybody always talk about what Foxy talk about. And so that's my issue. Like, she didn't talk about the Il Na Na. You know what I'm saying? I got it. She had a song and the album was called Il Na Na, but that was not what Foxy was talking about.
Right.
That wasn't her lane. Like, it wasn't.
But no, it wasn't. I'm just saying, don't put her in that lane. Like, that's Trina and Lil Kim. I feel like that was not Foxy.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that.
So I do have a question for Stacks, though. Go ahead, Stacks. Go ahead. Then I have a question for you. Go ahead.
Well, Hardcore did better. If I'm not mistaken, Hardcore went double platinum.
It did.
Il Na Na only went platinum, and I think a lot of that has to do with Hardcore being one of those raunchy albums where the streets really want to hear shit like that at that time.
Exactly.
And to sex. Like I said, with that being said, though, I think that's why Foxy named the album Il Na Na. For that could be part of okay, sex gotta sell. I'm not gonna do a sexy album where it's pussy. I'm doing this, that, and the third. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm just gonna rap. But I need a title where people gonna catch on.
Right, and you also gotta understand,
or maybe Foxy had that 1996 version of that WAP or that WAP. Maybe that pussy was just that good. That, what I'm saying?
Thought we was gonna make it. I swear, I ain't gonna lie. I thought we was gonna make it, man. I thought we had made it.
I tried. I'll absolutely try. I don't even know what to do.
I'm gonna say like this, man.
I don't even know what to do.
I think when Kim dropped that joint, it was like kind of like an anthem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, as far as what I seen for the chicks, man, like. I mean, when you was out there, on the scene, like I said, I was a shorty, so I'm just starting to see all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't never been around a whole bunch of shit like that. I'm just, being going from the block and then going to, where the stars at in different cities. Like, it's like a culture shock, man. But Lil Kim, her shit was popping. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, the chicks really like came out. Like, they was. Like, damn, I'm like, man, the chicks I was seeing in the video, it was almost like you were seeing them chicks live in person. Like, damn, they get money out here. You know what I mean? She got the Lex Bubble with the rims on it and all that. You know what I mean? For real styling. Shit, and got the little blicky with her.
Hey, you know what Mark sound like? Mark sound like one of them chicks that Too Short was talking about. When he was like, "You just want to fuck my car."
Look, 16-year-old Mark went up beside the car, touching the car.
Nah, man. I was trying to steal him. I was trying to steal him at 16. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But
New Jersey Drive, nigga? Nigga watch some man movies. Hey.
No, man. I mean, that's true story. You know what I mean? Ain't no fucking movie.
Yeah,
no capping.
I don't want to fight.
Mark and Rob.
Hey, so I got a question. How many? So I know Hyson said you felt like the album was a bit much. Sean, you feel like Lil Kim album was a bit much?
In comparison to now, no. But back then, yes. Yes, it was crazy.
When did Radio Die drop?
Ready to Die came out in 97. No, I'm sorry, 95.
No, what?
95, 94.
It was like fourth quarter, first quarter type joint.
It
came out in 94, but didn't really pop all the way in 95.
When did Snoop Dogg album drop?
93.
93. But y'all had y'all like both those albums all the way through?
Merv, that's hey, you got me there because I was in the 9th grade. Everybody knew that fucking album all the way through and recited all the words. So I'm
why
with you on that.
the fuck you Lil Kim album a bit much?
So again, this goes back to the double standard piece because
exactly.
This was the first time you had a female artist talking that crazy. Like she was like taking in the butt. Yeah.
This the whole album, not just one song.
Yeah.
This the whole.
That's the difference right there, Mark. That's the difference.
Merv, not
That's
tonight.
the difference.
Right.
Not tonight. Like seriously?
Right.
She want her pussy ate. That's all she's saying. Eat my pussy.
Nah, but that's the difference. What Mark said is the difference. It was every song.
It was
like it was the reverse of Il Nana. Like Il Nana had like 1 or 2 songs where she talking about it and everything else gangster. Whereas with him, it was all pussy shit, and then it was a little bit of gangster sprinkled in. And at the end of the day, like I just at this point in my life, like it's cool to talk your shit, but I'm cool on that shit, bro.
It was
thank you, Dre. That's all I was trying to say.
So we were like 16 then, 16, 15, Sax was like 24. So it was so you're listening to this like,
but you okay? But you know what? I can accept that from Dre because Dre said Ready to Die Biggie album was trash. So,
I did not say that.
What?
No.
I did not say
that. What are you talking about?
I didn't say it wasn't great as it was back then. I didn't say it was trash.
You even said it again tonight. You said Lil Kim album was trash.
Oh no. Facts. Both of these albums are trash.
That's
why I had to listen to this. That's why none of us had listened to these albums since '98 at the latest. Like nobody here has listened to any one of those albums from front to back since 1998.
I have listened to Foxy Brown album since then. I've always been a Foxy Brown fan.
So Nicole got a point here. She said she destroyed the good girl game and entered inside chicks winning. I kind of agree with that. You know, because if you think about it, Kim was.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right because she was side chick and Faith was the main chick.
I don't know, man. The way the locks talk, Kim wasn't no side chick.
Right.
Like and Biggie was just legit in love with 2 chicks.
Yeah, and you forgot Charlie Baltimore as well in that whole equation.
Yeah.
Hey, but you gotta she keep calling me big.
You feel me?
And then
he couldn't love Charlie Baltimore, man.
And then Jay slipped up and said that he messed with Kim at one point in one of the interviews that DJ Who Kid kept playing over and over, but he slipped up and said that too. So it was like she was around all of these dudes, and it was different because before then you got Queen Latifah, you got MC Lyte, you got Soda Pepper, so you got like women that was they was talking that black girl power type back during that time. You know what I mean? So you transition.
UNITY.
Right. You transition from that when you got Queen Latifah literally with a kufi on in the female version of a kufi in the middle of an in the African symbol, talking about
ladies first and all that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out.
Out of the blue, Kim comes like, yo, I'm getting my joints, ate by watching cartoons. They can't do the buffoon. You know what I mean?
Real quick.
Every female know the first goddamn bar of the hardcore. Because I did a little bit of damn reading, and every female knows that part when she says, "I used to be scared of the dick. Now I throw lips at this shit, handle like a real bitch." Like while I was reading some articles and shit, every female that's responded to the articles I read, goddamn quoted that bar. But the females love that hardcore.
Can I say something? But Merv, do you think that was good for females? Do you think that was good for females in hip hop? Because like Sean just said, we got Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, all of them. They ain't selling sex. So being that hardcore did better than Il Nana. So she set a new standard. Females females going forward thinking, damn, I gotta show my pussy, sell my pussy, say pussy 50 times in order to make it in rap.
Right.
Could that be the case?
No, back then I don't think so, because back then there was a lane for everybody. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a lane for everybody. And then hip
Yeah, I
hop,
don't like that narrative.
huh?
I said, yeah, I don't like that narrative. I'm with you, bro.
It was just a question. It was just a question. I got you.
But
It's a lane for everybody.
Look at even the promo pics when you got Kim like squatting down or whatever, right?
Oh yeah, hey, I had that poster. I had that
Of
poster.
course you did. Of course you did.
Poster. You still got the poster. I bet if you put like a black light to that poster, it's like alien blood.
Yo.
Yeah, that shit light up like alien blood. But
like the Predator.
the Predator blood, yeah. You stupid. You're a nasty dude, man. But the thing about it is, again, we transitioned out of that part of hip hop where the females were like really talking, that good stuff, like talking about empowerment, right? And then all of a sudden, Kim comes out of nowhere. You get the promo poster. You got the stories behind what she's been doing with Big and Big married to Faith. It changed the game. It changed everything. It turned it upside down. And Big made her into he was trying to purposely make her into like a slut on records. He said it. Like, that's not nasty enough. Say it like this. And Puffy was behind all of that. Puffy was like, yeah, we need that. That's going to sell. So they kind of pimped her out in the lack of better words. And it sold 2 million copies because young dudes like Merv, who want to see stuff like that, who want to get the magazine cover just to see her and put them on their poster.
Real smutty niggas, yeah.
Right,
Hey, Merv bought the Mercedes album from No Limit. Y'all remember Mercedes? Merv bought that album.
Yeah, he did. So any final thoughts on this album? Any final thoughts on both albums?
All I'm gonna say is, I agree. I don't think that it was a bad thing with what Kim did. I just think that was the lane that she was going to because there is a lane for it. Right. If you go to something and it pops, that means there was a lane for it.
It was wide open.
I think people just mad because she was the first one to figure out that there was a lane for it and she hit that lane. Well, or if you want to say Puffy or Big is the one that found that lane. Right. But obviously something in the streets was saying, hey, this is what motherfuckers want to hear. And then on two, when you think about it, like we was listening to it just because they talking their shit, but chicks is listening to that shit and they really popping that shit. So it goes both ways, man. I don't think it's bad, and I don't think it was a detriment to females actually being able to get on the mic today. So I don't like that narrative either. I think it was just the thing that made her pop. It was what she was supposed to be talking about in order to be a star.
Right. So Merv, I had a question for you, Merv. So, Merv,
you gonna ask me? You want me to talk first?
No, go ahead.
So in the I think it was the Notorious movie. And I know a lot of times they add stuff to movies to make it better, or whatnot. But y'all remember the scene where Biggie finally got her to come over? They were just hanging, and she was like, "I can rap too." Biggie told her to rap, and she started rapping. She was rapping like a nigga. She was rapping hard, and Biggie was like, "Yo, everybody's doing that. Do something. Start rapping sexy." True story. So if they didn't fabricate that part or exaggerate that part, then that's what made her start rapping like that. Because when she first started, based off that movie, The Notorious, that scene, her first rapping. She was rapping like a Foxy, rapping like an MC Light, rapping like a nigga, just a female that can rap. But Biggie told her, like, yo, everybody's doing that. You need to do something different. That was different. And that's how she sold 2 fucking million albums. So once you see the formula, why the fuck change it? It was just a fact that, nigga, she got into character all the fucking way. And she went head first. No pun intended.
I feel like now, because you said that, I feel like that pun was very intended. Like, I feel like you've been calculating that shit in your head for like 15 minutes now.
15 minutes. Absolutely. It's written down, circled on this paper right now. So Stacks, my question for you and Mark. Do you guys think we were robbed for the opportunity to have the Thelma and Louise album? Because you know Kim and Foxy was supposed to drop the Thelma and Louise album before they had the beef. Do you think we were robbed for that opportunity based on egos getting in the way and some other legal things I'm not going to talk about here got in the way? You guys think we were robbed for that opportunity?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we was robbed. You know, because that was supposed to happen. It was some anticipation behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard it in the streets, man. I mean, and this is at the time, you know, where I was going up and I was up and down the East Coast, so I heard it different places, you know, like yo,
Miami.
you know, when that shit dropping, right? And then it don't happen, then they had a beef, and then, you know, even with the beef, it was just like, I mean, even with the beef, it was just like, well, that ain't that, you know, like, I mean, once you in beef, but
Yeah.
everybody was kind of saying, even at that time, like, it ain't really start over nothing. Like it wasn't really nothing major behind that.
It was that cruise.
You know, for the beef to elevate like it did, you know, was nuts. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, other rap beefs we seen it elevate, but it was just like somebody got shot or something like that. This beef ain't even start like that. This was just on some
somebody got shot.
What I'm saying, but it ain't start that way.
Nah,
you know
it didn't start like that.
Like, you know, Suge Knight and them beef started with a shooting. This didn't start that way. You know,
it started like over he say, she say gossip shit.
It was just dumb shit. So I'm just like, man, like, did we get robbed? Yeah, because everything was cool. Like, you know, they did the cover on the Source. I'm thinking, yo, we about to get this album. You know what I'm saying? This shit about to be fire. And everybody wanted to jump on this album. Like, everybody in rap in the East Coast wanted parts of this. You know what I'm saying?
So I got a question for you, Sean.
Like, yo, like, we ain't get it.
Can I answer? Shit.
Yeah. Stacks, go ahead.
I think we were robbed, possibly of a classic, and I don't know if anything ever has been done before with two female artists like that when they combine together. Only that I can think of, you know, the Meth and Red as far as guys. But I wonder what a Lil' Kim and Foxy album would have been. So most definitely we were robbed, especially with all that talent. I'm wondering how all the lyrics that Foxy had would have meshed with the sex appeal and the hardcore lyrics that Lil' Kim had. So yeah, we were definitely robbed.
Yeah.
Yo, could y'all imagine a fucking track with Kim, Fox, Jay, Nas, and Big? Because if they did that fucking album, it would have been at least one track with all five of them niggas on there. At least one track with all five of them niggas on there, yo. Yeah. Like, the features on that album would have been so.
And that's when everybody would have good with it.
It would have been a classic. It would have been a classic.
You got
the Firm, Junior Mafia,
you got
Firm.
You got Big, you got Jay, you got Nah, you got Nature, you got AZ. The features on that album would have been so fucking crazy. It had to be at least an 18.
I don't think it would have been a classic. I don't think it would have been a classic.
No, man. With all them producers that have been lined up,
I don't think it would have been a classic.
Nigga, please, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm fucking sorry you feel that way. It would have been.
I'll be honest. I kind of agree with Drake, and here's the reason why. I think a lot of egos and a lot of different creative differences would have got in the way. The same thing happened to the Firm. You know, for years we always thought that Dr. Dre was the mastermind behind the Firm, and he wasn't. Dr. Dre actually produced like 2 songs on the Firm. When the Track Masters got too heavily involved, Dr. Dre left the Firm album like midway through because he couldn't do it anymore. We didn't know that until actually a couple of years ago when he finally came out and said, like, yeah, I couldn't do it because too much. It was, the creative differences were different. You got to think about 96. You got to think about Nas and Big wasn't in the greatest alike in 96. You know what I mean? They were kind of at odds. And Jay
was they though? I know they were shots, but I think shots come just because we talking hip hop and we talking that competition. But I don't think they was really there. And I think that's evident when you hear Nas be like, "Yo, the nigga called me. He was like, yo, you fucking with them Wu-Tang niggas or whatever." You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that was still some mutual respect to where you say you ain't fucking with it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he did, and Nas always said, I didn't know that they were gonna do that. I didn't know they was gonna go this route with anything. And you know, especially on a joint where I done jumped on, because now it really does look like, yo, I'm fucking with Ray Ghost, and I'm like fuck Big. But for him to say that, yo, we had this conversation, huh?
But wait, how do you have a room?
Of course, Nicole.
How you got a room?
Of course you do.
Wait a minute, how you have a room, you know, and Dr. Dre's in it, and you got differences with Dr. Dre? Like the fuck, like
because it was Trap Master.
fucking
How you got difference with Dr. Dre?
Yeah,
the Trap Master.
Hey, listen, man. When you work, when Dr. Dre in that thing, you know what I mean, you sit back. You know what I'm saying?
You sit back and you
sit back.
Yeah,
that's what you do.
But they butted heads because the Trap Masters wanted
egos.
Right, they wanted the things to go a certain way.
You ain't on Dr. Dre level to command that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't on his level to command that.
Exactly, and that's why because it became creative control.
Yeah, but
you said Tone and Pope was not on that level.
No,
not on Dr. Dre. Not during that time.
No.
At that time, Dre hadn't really done nothing but the Chronic and fucking what's his name.
Wait, he ain't done nothing.
But Dre, are we looking at it from an aspect of creative differences? Let's just say in a perfect world, if we got that album, let's just say take egos and all that shit out of it. Do you think it could have been a classic? If you take all the shit you said as far, why not? If you take all the shit you said out of it.
I don't think it would have been. I don't think it would have popped because everybody has different styles. So if you look at it, Nas and Jay never really meshed style-wise or whatever. The only time I feel like they meshed style-wise is when they was trying to produce something for Foxy. So on that point, that alone is why. Then two, at the end of the day, there is no such thing as take your ego out when it comes to hip-hop. Like your ego is what drives you to be great. Your ego is what drives you to be better than the next person that's on that joint. Your ego is what drives you to be the man. Like that's why everybody wants to be last on a song in the 90s. Because if you was last, that meant you spit the hardest. That's the second reason. And then the third reason is I think there's always going to be a difference in production. So that's why, listen, we can talk about egos in production or anything else, but that's why right now you don't have that song that was that Swiss Beats played. Remember every year in like March, I post the same thing. So we just gonna let Swiss Beats get away with not putting this song out. This is a song that we heard a snippet of. It has Jada, it has DMX, it has Nas, it has Jay-Z, and I don't even know that the song is great. I just know that we heard snippets and it was like, whoo-wee. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's what it is, man.
I also can't say
very good point. Very good point.
I also can't say that would be a classic. But I think it would be, let's say 15 songs on there. I'm thinking 10 songs would be fire. And the reason I can't just say it would be a classic because of those big names, because we've had some people look at Jay-Z, R. Kelly. Before I heard that album, I thought that shit was gonna be a fucking classic, and it has some skippables on there. Kanye and Jay-Z, Watch the Throne. Before I heard it, I was like, yo, that shit's gonna be definitely 100% classic. One of the best shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. There's some skippables on there. Now they got some amazing songs on there. They got some really tight fucking songs, but I can't call it a classic. So I don't like saying this, but I kind of agree with the nigga in the with that like the Bills that I don't I can't say it'll be a definite classic either. But nigga, I know majority of the album will be straight fire. We have some unforgettable verses. We have some unforgettable songs. And we have about 4 or 5 songs that will be eternal classics from that album.
Hold on, but that's the thing. He didn't ask for an album. No. He didn't ask for a whole album. He asked for a song. There's more pressure on an artist to make a song than there is an album.
I thought. Hold up. Are we not talking about Thelma Louise album?
It was gonna be an album. They were gonna do
Yeah, but
album.
when we said album, we was talking about Kim and Foxy.
That's
What
what I'm
happened
talking
was, matter of fact, it was you. You came on and said that the song that would be a song that will feature everybody. So that's how we got to that point.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be
y'all
one
talking about
song.
just that
One
song. That
song,
song be a
one
classic.
song is a whole lot harder to make as opposed to an entire album. Because one song, you putting all the pressure on yourself to make this pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's harder. It's harder for like me. Like, I don't know why I do this, but I like to do a artist set as opposed to doing, you know, a wide range set. But it's harder to do an artist set. And maybe that's the reason why I like to do it, because I want to put pressure on myself. But it's harder to do an artist
So
set.
y'all just talking about that song being a classic
Yeah.
and not the album?
Nigga, you the one that said it.
You said it's
No, I thought y'all took this song and was talking about the whole album. Because I was talking about the whole album. But yes, I did
that's
break
what I
one
thought
song. Okay, so on that part, I thought we were talking about the whole album. But on that part, yeah, I disagree with you. I think that song would be a classic.
it has no choice. So
That song would be a classic.
Yeah, let's move on.
Sure.
Let's get into that Tory Lanez and Meg trash soap opera.
Man.
Who want to start with this one? Because
easy.
I have much opinion on this, and I think it's still corny. That's how I think.
I'll start it off. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark. I prefer you start it off.
This is easy for me, right? I'm separating the music from the person. Tory Lanez, ever since he came out, he's good. Like, he makes a lot of good music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people listen to that shit. The beats go hard. The nigga can sing and he can rap. You know what I'm saying? So that's musically, right? But you got to separate, you know what I mean, for the man from, you know what I mean, for the music. You know, I do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? When I hear some corny shit about a guy who could hoop, right? I separate that shit. Okay, he's an all-star on the court, but he a bitch-ass nigga off the court. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this is kind of how I see that, right? Now, it didn't really even start with Meg Thee Stallion for me, you know, with him, right? He had a confrontation with Royce 5'9", and, you know, he told boy, yo, suck my dick or whatever he said, right? And Royce was just like, yo, you come to Detroit in 2 weeks. I'll see you then. Then, you know what I mean? As soon as, you know, he figured that out, he started apologizing like the minute after he said it. That's just that's a bitch move. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell a man to do that, and then, you know what I'm saying, then you want to start bitching up. He lucky Royce was in a different place. He a little older, you know what I mean, where he, you know, was just like, okay, cool, I'll squash it. But young Royce would have been like, nah, it's still on, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Now I'm gonna move to this thing with Meg Thee Stallion, right? First thing, I wasn't there, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm only going on what I heard, right? Like, yo, he shot her. That's what we all heard, right? Here's my problem with that, though. I'm like, yo, when you shoot somebody, right? And my man been through this case before, you know, where he had a murder try to pin a murder on, right? They could not match the bullets with the gun. Guess what? No case. And ballistics come back pretty fast. This don't take months to figure out. You know what I'm saying? So if he did shoot her, they should already had him on that. Like, look, he had a gun, you know what I'm saying? We matched it, you know what I'm saying? Meg, this what happened. We got all the statements, hospital reports, and guess what? The cops don't need Meg's statement, you know what I mean, to make a charge. They don't. You know what I'm saying? They could have been like, yo, this happened, we charge him, right? But I'm like, if he shot her, right? They should be able to match that shit up pretty quick. And they ain't matching it up. So I don't know what happened. I gotta wait for the case to come out and the facts. But the only thing I'm gonna say is, though, it's a lot of things about him, just his character, I'm not feeling, right? Because I'm like, he had altercations with other chicks, ain't feeling that, you know? And then, you know, the thing with Royce, wasn't feeling that, right? So I'm like, does he make good music? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But do I think, you know, he does some bitch shit? Yeah. And that's it.
All right, so I'm gonna say this. I'm total opposite of Mark. I can't separate the music from the person. And the reason why I can't, like, we can talk all the shit we want. Listen, R. Kelly is the greatest musician of our time. Like, there's no question about it. But when you hear him make a song like age ain't nothing but a number, or it seems like you're ready, and then you hear the things that came afterwards, it makes you think like, yo, this is what was really going on. Because music is intimate. Music is not the same thing that you get from a movie. Music is not the same thing that you get from a book. Music is very intimate and it's very real to the author of that song. And so when I hear anything comes out with Tory Lanez, I gotta take it as it's partially fact. Like, you not, to an extent, you're not gonna go and incriminate yourself, but you're gonna say things that you probably shouldn't say. You know what I'm saying? So in the past, he has said, yo, I shoot a bitch, blase, whatever the case may be. In the past, he's talked about like how women ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, because I know, listen, I'm the last person to judge. We grew up on Snoop. You know, we grew up on fucking, you know, all those guys that came up in the early 90s, especially when we're talking about the West Coast. But when you come in and you first off, you admitted to shooting her. And then it seems like things changed because you got an album coming out. So you changed the album, and now you're saying that, no, that didn't happen, blase, blase, blase. At the end of the day, this is the type of person I am. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to apologize for anything that I feel like I did wrong. And so I want my fellow co-host to attest to this. There was some shit that happened behind the scenes, and Dre might have been wrong. So what did Dre do? Dre apologized. But if Dre didn't feel like he was wrong, he was not going to apologize. You don't apologize for some shit that you don't feel like you did wrong, but then come right back behind it and say, yo, it wasn't me. That doesn't happen. I think he's immaculate as far as talent. I saw him at One Music Fest last year, and me and my homies, we all said the same thing. We was like, damn, nigga, get off. Like, because I didn't even know the nigga rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of knew he rapped because I had seen him on the, you know, when it comes time to doing like Sway in the Morning, or it comes time to doing like, you know, Oh Boy Up in New York City, I seen the shit. So I was like, all right. But I didn't know the nigga really get busy. But I seen him live, and I'm like, damn, this nigga Tory Lanez really goes in. But fast forward, I can't fuck with you no matter what. I cannot fuck with you when you doing shit that's going that way. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like I am, listen, you can ask my sisters, you can ask my cousins, you can ask my nieces, you can ask anybody. I am a protector of, and I don't want to make this racial, but I'm the protector of a black woman. Like, even my coworkers, man, like, people think because I'm in the military that things are different. No, they look at black women probably even worse than they do on the corporate side. So I'm going to always protect my black women. I'm not going to sit here and I would never, ever listen to that album where he's talking shit about what happened in that car. Because off the sole reason, one, you apologize for it. So that means you did it in my eyes. And then two, it came out the day after Breonna Taylor killers walked away. And that's a different story because I have a different perspective on that. But it came out the very next day. Like, the optics alone are horrible. So I just can't fuck with Tory Lanez ever again. He's now in the R. Kelly bag, and he's now in the mystical bag. If you ever book me, there's two things I'm going to tell you off top. I don't play R. Kelly. I don't play mystical.
Now Tory Lanez.
Facts.
Stack, what you got, man?
A few others on that list, or should be on it.
Yo, Ayo, Dre spoke truth to power just now. I'm going to piggyback and say, I think the only time that a black woman should be harmed if it's in defense of your life, a serious bodily harm. Now, my thing with Tory Lanez, he's talented, but it seems like he used that situation to boost his album. That's what I got from it, and I thought that was like, that's like throwing salt in the wound. Like I really don't get it, especially in this day and age. And I know you didn't want to mention Breonna Taylor, but that's what I was thinking, Dre, Breonna Taylor, all the stuff that's going on in the world today. and it seemed like he used that situation to his advantage to boost the album. I don't fuck with him, can't fuck with him, and that's all I got.
Merv, you have an opinion?
Not really, man. I'm one of them type of niggas that, no, you don't hit a fucking female. You know what I mean? Like, we're just genetically different from fucking females. So, like, I've been in situations where females straight eye jamming me. I grab her hands so she couldn't swing on me no more. Like, if I wanted to, like, I'm old school. I'm just of the type, you don't hit fucking females. And this nigga shot a female. So it's like, I don't have much to say. Like, I just disagree with you don't hit females. Like, unless, like Stack said, like, if you protect yourself from being seriously injured or life and death, then absolutely. But I didn't hear anything about Meg having a gun for the fact that he had to pull out a gun and shoot her. So yeah, that's whack to me. Like, it's just fucking whack to me for someone to have to shoot at a female, beat up a female, anything like that.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't have an opinion knowing it. I said what I said before behind the scenes. He's a sucker. I put him in that category, a bunch of suckers. So that's what it is. You know what I mean? Even if he was playing around with Shorty and messed around and bust his gun by accident, still a sucker stuff, still a sucker move. He handled like a sucker, and that's that. Because there was.
No, I get you. I get what you're saying, but I'm just like, nigga, you supposed to be a grown man. You can't handle a motherfucking a piece. Like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck if you got an AR, 45, or 38. Nigga, know what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Hey yo, it seems like Meg is getting more flack for this shit than him.
Fact.
That's crazy to me, man.
But
That's wild.
I'm gonna say like this right now, it's just all out there. But for me though, having seen, you know what I mean, for real, a few of my friends been through gun cases and shit, you know what I mean, like that. I just want to see how that match up. That's what I want to see. Because I see motherfuckers get dirty gun thrown on them and all kind of goofy shit. And I'm just like, yo, if he shot her, I'm just like, yo, man, that should be easy to prove. And the fact that ain't come out yet, that fucking bothers me. Because I'm like, yo, or either y'all.
He apologized. He apologized.
That's what I was for to ask.
Well, hold on.
You going to apologize?
Hold up. So I wasn't gonna dive into that because I don't want y'all to think I'm defending Tory. He's a bitch ass nigga. I'm not defending him. But listen, just because when you famous, all right, just because you apologize, that don't mean you admitting wrong. We different. No, let me finish before anybody say shit. We're different. When you're on a local level, and you don't have you have to worry about PR, you have to worry about album sales, or you have to worry about politics, or you have to worry about getting signed to play an actor in the next movie. When you famous, shit is different. So just because a motherfucker apologize, that don't make him guilty. That don't make he or she guilty. That don't make them admit wrong. They probably talked to their PR, and PR was like, yo, and the optics, if you still trying to keep a career, if you still trying to get sales, if you still trying to make movies, if you still trying to get acting job and stuff like that, when you're famous, apologies, in my opinion, that motherfuckers do shit to make sure they look look good in the eye of the public. So, and for the record, I am not defending Tory Lanez. Fuck him when it comes to that. But just because somebody apologizes when you're famous, you got different rules when you're famous, dog.
Listen, Nicole just hit it on the head, and that's how I feel, man. I feel like, listen, man, it's so many times that black women come out here and protect us, and we shit on them. And I think that's what happened.
I do see that. Like,
yeah. Yep.
That's what I think happened, bro. And I just can't go with it, right? Anything about me is not gonna let me go with it. Like nigga, I'm gonna tell you right now. I know we're trying to pop and we're trying to do big things. But we got some things in the works for the Power Network. We got some things in the work for the Pod and the Hip Hop Corner. But I'm telling you right now, if Tory Lanez called me right now, got my number through the air, and he called me, he was like, yo, I want to come on the guys and explain myself. The answer is absolutely no, and I'm going to do that without even talking to you guys, because that's how much I don't fuck with sucker shit, and I think that is some straight up lollipop shit, bro.
I'm going to say like this. To me, he did sucker shit before this incident. So, you know what I mean? That's where I was with it. But I'm going to say like this. Match that fucking gun. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen a lot of motherfuckers go down with some bullshit and wasn't they gun and they ain't shoot it and nothing like that. Match that fucking gun. If you got a case on him, fucking make the fucking case, man, already. Stop fucking playing around.
All right. Enough said. Let's talk some sports, fellas, and close this thing out with some sports. So, that's heavy. We had some heavy shit tonight. Let's get into some football. Start with the NFL first.
Yeah.
So, Stacks, what's your takeaway so far, man? We're going into week 4, man. We done have 3 weeks of football, man. NFL. What are your takeaways so far, man?
Well, I'm very objective when it comes to football. The entire NFC East, which we have 3 fans of the NFC East, me of the Washington no names. I'm not even gonna call them football team because they ain't looking like one lately.
Facts.
The Dallas Cowgirls and the Philadelphia Eagles. Our division is absolutely trash. 7-9 will probably win that division.
6-10.
Stop, man. That's disrespect. Stop.
No, he's right. 6-10.
It's happened. It's happened. It's happened before.
No, I know it happened because Carolina won 7-8-1.
You did.
and I think they won the playoff game too.
Yeah, they beat the Cardinals. I was there live.
They won a playoff game.
But my thing is I always had a question about the protocols as far as COVID, and it seems like it wasn't out there. But as you saw, we got a game that's canceled due to players testing positive. What was it?
Postponed.
The
Not
tennis.
canceled.
Yeah, they moved it.
My bad. Postpone.
No, it's postponed now?
Yes,
Yeah,
It's
postponed.
postponed,
Yeah,
not
it's
canceled. Postponed.
But
Yep.
but check this
The
out. They're
NFL is
talking
not
about
canceling
playing.
no fucking games, y'all.
No.
They don't
Can
give
I-
a fuck about their players enough to do that.
Mercy,
I got-
that's the beginning.
Well,
Damn.
they won't cancel
Hey yo,
it.
but check this out. They postpone it. I'm just trying to figure out how, because they're saying Monday or Tuesday. So
It's gonna be Monday.
they play the game on Tuesday.
Hey, COVID
Yeah,
gonna change me now and then.
But the thing is, if you play that game on Monday, I think it'll work. But like Merv said, I don't really think the NFL gives a fuck about their players. They only seeing dollar signs. Case in point, they had at the beginning of the season, only 2 teams were going to accept fans. Now, slowly, every team in the NFL is accepting fans, and it's all about money. It's money over
Not up
people.
here.
On that one, I'm gonna
Not
disagree
up here.
on the money part, just because I know for a fact, season ticket holder, the Carolina Panthers originally was like, "Yo, we're gonna have a certain amount of fans. Hey, put your bid in to get your tickets." But then it changed to, okay, Mecklenburg County said we can't have no fans, and then it came to Mecklenburg County is losing a little bit of money, so we're gonna allow some fans. And I think that was across the NFL. So
Right.
that's the only reason I'm gonna interject on that though.
The Philly ain't
I
do
got
that yet at all.
I don't think
It's all about money.
Yeah. I don't think Philly can do
What
it.
rules the world? Money.
Say like
Wow.
this, man. I mean, they keeping it tight over here. Them big ass gatherings and shit.
Yeah.
Like man, all them parties in Jersey got popped over the summer. 100,000 people at the mansions and shit like that. They ain't trying to do that shit.
Well, let me find out. Mark was at the Jersey Shore and shit.
Nah, I wasn't there. I'll tell you if I was there. I wasn't there.
Hey, he was looking for Daisha Polanco.
Yeah. Getting poked and stabbed up.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I just like, man, I wasn't there. But slowly shit is coming back. But I think those big crowds or whatever, at least for up north, they're not trying to do that yet. So I mean, I can speak for New York, and they ain't doing that. Like, yo, like, no, you can't come.
Yeah.
They haven't done that yet, but I think slowly shit is starting to open up, and I think down south shit is opening up a little bit more wide. But
shit, we been open up.
Nigga, down south wide open. Let
South
me tell
don't give
you,
a
bro.
fuck.
No,
They don't give a
Hey,
fuck down here.
Moneybag Yo is gonna be Moneybag Yo is gonna be in Sumter or wherever, fucking Cleve, B Lord. I think they call Boosie on the phone. Like the South just don't care. But I also think
At all.
I don't think that the rest of the country cares. I think there's people in pockets that care, and that it is what it is. And I think that's a reflection with the NFL. Let me tell you, the NFL is so gangster. This storyline came out yesterday at 9:00 in the morning, Eastern time. That's 7:00 here where I'm at. I didn't find out about this story until I think it was Stacks that texted at like 1:00 Mountain time. And he was like, yo, this is what's happening. Like, it was like, this is what happened. I was like, what? Like, and then even if you look at like First Take or, Get Up or whatever the case this morning, like they were shutting that shit down. Like the NFL is gangster. They do not care about their players. They're not worried about it. Like they're playing a game where there's 4 players who will test positive and there's 5 fucking members of the organization. There's 9. Listen, the fucking Titans and Vikings, they don't even get a chance to really set what they have as far as offense and defense because they closed the facilities. And they just like, hey, yo, go out there and make it do what it do. Or as Merv would say, I'm going to make it do what it do, baby.
Hey, that's an excellent point because I don't know how you can go from a shutdown facility to y'all go on the field and play because that's basically what's going to happen.
To Saturday.
Back to Saturday. It's crazy, man. So Murr said at the beginning. Murr said the NFL don't care. I mean, it's showing that.
I told y'all from the get-go, the NFL going to play. They're not canceling any fucking games. Matter of fact, I almost bet this nigga Stacks, but he wouldn't lock it in. That they won't cancel any games. No, they'll postpone it. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Merv said that the first day he joined the guys, though. I'll be honest. Merv said that then.
The first day. So Merv,
the first day he joined the guys.
So Merv, you guys got the Eagles this weekend, man. You know you can't lose, right? Because you got Mark right there beside you, waiting in the clear W. You know you can't lose, right?
You can't lose, you can't lose. Like y'all can't lose. Y'all are the better team. You can't lose to a worse team. Like
I mean,
I don't know. The Eagles not the Eagles, but the Niners got the most injuries in the NFL, don't they?
Exactly.
Guess what?
Exactly.
They got a better GM too. Which means they can replace their guy.
Hey Sean, you see how I tried it? That nigga shut that shit down quick.
What the fuck that got to do with injuries? Nigga, we got 9 starters injured.
That means you got a better bench.
So you trying to say our bench is better than y'all starters?
What starters? What starters are left? You know what I'm saying? Who's left? The offensive
out.
Injury.
The offensive line gone. We have 1 starter from the offensive line. That's it.
So do I.
I'll start running back injured. Starting wide receiver injured. Starting quarterback injured. Starting defensive back injured. Start defensive end injured. Start linebacker injured. What the fuck is you talking about?
Wait a minute. Do I need to run this down? You know what I mean, with my team. Let's see. Starting offensive line injured. Starting wide receivers injured.
They really started though?
You know what I mean? Shoot. Yeah. You know what I mean? Our defensive line is out. Our defensive lineman is out. You know what I'm saying? And our starting corner just went out.
Crazy, man.
We got just as many injuries as y'all do. Just as many.
No, y'all don't.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Injuries is a part of the game, but I mean, I can't really talk much. We have Chase Young got injured, but it doesn't matter. We're playing the Baltimore Ravens. They're coming off of a loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. So if you do FanDuel, make sure you pick all of Baltimore's offensive players and pick their defense. Because Washington's we're gonna get our ass whooped like 55-0. That's just how that's gonna turn out for us.
That might get ugly. I'm not gonna.
We are absolute trash. I'm sorry. I don't. Haskins. Oh my God.
He just needs help.
He's trash. Hey, Sean. What I'm hoping y'all don't pay Dak, and y'all don't franchise because it looks like y'all don't want to pay the guy. And I hope he's like, you know what? I want revenge. I'm gonna go ahead and sign with the Washington football team. And because y'all need to pay Dak. Black quarterbacks are running the league right now, and Dak is up there. As much as I hate the fucking Cowboys, Dak is up there.
Look what Dak has around him.
He has talent. Hey, Mark, you want to make a wager on this game?
I mean, for real, and bet on my team.
Scared money don't make no money. Scared money don't make no money.
And is injured man, shit. I don't bet on the Eagles. You know what I mean, for real, for anything. I wouldn't.
Well, take money out of it. You just have to. You got a full 49ers get up all next week.
That's a good bet.
And me too. If I fuck up, I mean, we lose. I gotta get Eagle shit. I gotta wear it all next week.
I like this. I like that.
I don't like it. It's trash. I mean, we're trash.
Mark, Dre's like, I'll take that bet because those are my teams anyhow. All right, my bad, Dre.
He's waiting for you to offer him a Bills Patriots matchup, and so he could bet on that.
Josh Allen is doing his thing, by the way. I was gonna put that out there.
Dre, we can't hear you.
It's about time.
Dre, we can't hear you.
It's about time that he did something. Jeez. You know what I mean? For you a top 10 pick or whatever, you know what I mean? Take you all them years to do something. Do something.
The nigga only been in the league 3 years.
That's enough time. That's enough time.
Yeah, that was
this is his third year, nigga. Hey, my bad. Hey, but Carson Wentz been in the league 5 years, and he lead the league in interceptions. He has the least amount of fucking completion, percentage. He has the least amount of motherfucking touchdowns to turnover ratio. Like he's trash, but we gonna talk shit about Josh Allen.
He needs some milk. That motherfucker frail. Hey, that motherfucker he changed his last name to Carson Sherman, because that motherfucker soft.
He's in his
how he said on life with a T.
Soft.
With a T. Soft.
His last name should be Sherman. Carson Sherman.
The same Carson Wentz that won the division last year. That's all. You know what I mean? For he fucking up, but I'm just like, man, he won the division.
We're not talking about last year.
He won the division with nobody.
Carson has regressed.
Nobody throw to, and he still won it.
Well,
what are you talking about, man?
He's losing.
All right, boss.
Yeah. So,
all right,
let's switch up. Let's go in the home stretch, man. The NBA Finals. I've never in my life wanted a team to lose so bad until now, man. I swear, I'm really.
You're real terrible, man. Real terrible.
I'm really rooting against the Lakers. I've never wanted a team to lose so bad to now. I kid you not.
Let me go first.
Hey, the Heat giving us their work right now, though.
Can I go first?
It's early. Yeah, y'all worried about that?
I ain't worried. I ain't worried at all.
Yeah, please don't.
Dre, what you think about this series, Dre?
All right, so this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say a couple things. First, what I'm gonna say is, yes, I am with Sean. I've never wanted a team to lose more badly than I want the Lakers to lose this series. That is first.
Nice.
Second, what I'm also saying is, my basketball prowess has proved me to be right, and now the fact that Stacks is so confident after being after lacking all of confidence in rounds 1 and 2 lets me know that
in round one, just go one.
Round 1 and 2.
Round 2?
Yeah, he did. He liked confidence in round 2, but that's neither here nor there. I'm all the way right. And then also what I'm gonna say is
bet on them.
You said what now?
I don't know who would bet on the Rockets in any series.
Right. No, exactly. Listen, Mark, you're going to give me my credit. Since the inception of this show, have I not been saying that James Harden, Chris Paul, and Russell Westbrook are losers? They're losers.
Chris Paul's a winner.
Wow.
Chris Paul's a winner. He had the worst team in the league, and he took him to
What has Chris Paul won?
He has not won, but I mean, he never had a
Exactly. So how can you be a winner and not win? But that's neither here nor there.
that
Again.
roster on OKC. That roster's terrible.
But this is what I'm gonna say about this series. This series is gonna come down to what I don't think people are expecting. This series is gonna come down to coaching. I just recently decided that me as a person and as a basketball fan, that I need to give Eric Spoelstra his just due. Like he is really a pretty good, or even dare I say, great coach. And that is going to be the difference because Frank Vogel, he is so horrible that they wanted fucking Jason Kidd to be the coach. But this is how they can make everything work. LeBron is a dominant personality, and I think LeBron is a dominant personality that Eric could handle, and I don't think Frank Vogel can. And I think if the Miami Heat win, and I'm saying if, because although I really, really, really want them to win, I'm thinking that it's a very suspect win. If they win, all the credit goes to him and not Jimmy Butler. That's all I got to say about this series.
So I got a question for Merv. Merv, do you think if they win?
My bad. Hold on. I got to tap in one time. Listen, it is that time on the East Coast. We got the guys from Whiskey Wednesdays jumping on. Hey, if you're looking at us right now on Blackjack TV, on Zingo TV, we're channel 199. Please continue to show those guys support. We salute y'all. Those are our brothers, and we're gonna keep moving.
Yeah. So, Merv, I got a question for you. If the Lakers win, which I think they're going to win this series and the championship for LeBron, does this change your opinion on LeBron being now closer to the GOAT status, or do you feel like he's still in that same position that you already have him? Does this get him closer to GOAT?
Same position.
Why you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Why you think so?
He still won't have. Okay, he's 3-6 right now, so this is his 10th finals. So if he win now, he'll be 4-6. He's been in finals 10 times. Still don't have more rings than Kobe.
He ain't got more than Robert Horry.
Yeah.
Robert Horry got more than a whole bunch of people. He got 7.
Yeah, Robert Horry got 7.
Yeah.
He still don't have more. He still don't have more rings than Kobe. He still don't have more rings than Jordan.
Yep.
I'll still have him.
What's Tim Duncan?
Oh, Tim Duncan.
Oh yeah. Tim Duncan got 5.
Good point.
So when we talk about like the people in the GOAT category, if you talk about people in the GOAT category, you talk about rings and accolades and impact. All right.
He ain't got more than Magic.
Huh?
He ain't got more than Magic. Yeah, I gotta put my personal goal out there.
Oh, gotcha. So I know people gonna be like, rings and everything. I understand because Robert Horry got 7. He's nowhere near fucking LeBron. So when you're in the GOAT status, you gotta look at is categories, rings, personal, individual accolades, and impact on the game. Absolutely. So only difference now, he would have another ring. Nothing he did this year that would make me feel like he's above Kobe or Jordan. I know a lot of people already got him above Kobe, but with me, I don't have him above Kobe. Kobe's 5-2. All right, and
Never.
Kobe. I know people like calm down.
Merv, no, I have a question, Merv. I'm sorry, Merv. I just want to ask though, does him doing it the way he did it, does that matter at all in your book?
What you mean?
Why you were asking the question?
Who you talking about? We said does him doing the way who?
I'm talking about LeBron.
All right, now repeat the question.
Does him doing the way he did it, does that matter at all to you and your placement of him and his legacy?
You talking about from he went to Miami, then went to Cleveland, now LA. It does. So, disclaimer: when he left Cleveland to go to Miami, I was all for it because he recruited a lot of people to come to Cleveland. Every
Okay,
year
Dogs
he
win?
recruited people to come to Cleveland. But Superstars was like, fuck Cleveland. They was not coming to Cleveland. Cleveland's a small market, and they didn't like Cleveland owner. So he needed help. All right. He went to against the Spurs by his goddamn self. So when he went to Miami, I had no problem going to Miami. I actually thought, unpopular opinion, him going to Miami, to me, and maybe that's on other people, it helped him win the championship, but it affected his legacy as far as being able to be the GOAT over Kobe or MJ. And let me tell you why. I was all for him to go to Miami because I just say the reason. But him going 2-2 with that Miami team, you with the finals 4 years, and to go 2-2 with Dwayne Wade, Bosh, throwing Ray Allen, and for him to have that kind of series he did against Dallas, because when he went against Dallas, he was already a top tier player. He was already on that kind of level. And then went 2 in a row, then lose the Spurs. So my opinion is you should have been 4-0. Worst case scenario, 3-1.
3-1. Okay. All right, we here.
Scenario, 3-1.
Right.
And definitely that one should be against the fucking Spurs, not that Dallas team. So,
right.
In my opinion,
I wouldn't agree with that, but I got you. But let's not act like Kobe didn't beat the big three by himself. That's all I'm going to say.
And a lot of people bring up Kobe. Come on, he had Shaq. Yeah. And Kobe understood. Kobe's an asshole, but Kobe understood. If Shaq stayed with me, I would never be considered a great on the level.
Was he an asshole or was he great? Which one?
Both.
And that's a question for Mark. Mark.
Oh, Kobe.
I ain't finished. But go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Mark.
Oh, my bad.
No, but I was saying when he beat Boston, those next 2 chips, the next best player was Paul Gasol. After that, everybody else was just really good role players. I don't have no Lamar Odom or no Bynum. All he had was Paul Gasol with those other 2 chips. All right. Well, LeBron, when his first 4 finals, he had Dwayne Wade, he had Chris Bosh. His next one,
that whole team was good though.
Exactly.
I mean,
the next finals, I know people don't like him and don't want to give him credit. Kyrie Irving as a talent level, ain't too many better than fucking Kyrie Irving as a talent level.
No.
And then we put in Kevin Love. People act like Kevin Love was averaging 20-20 and with Minnesota. All right, so Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving is better than Paul Gasol and anybody else from that Lakers team. Yeah. So that's why, as of right now, I'll still have him. This wouldn't change anything as far as like his place on the GOAT level to me.
Go ahead, Stat.
All right, what was the question?
LeBron James. I'm a lifelong Laker fan. I'm not a LeBron stan or fan.
How many times you gonna tell us? Okay.
Y'all need to know. I'm the last man standing right now. But check this out. LeBron James is in a lose-lose situation right now.
We already.
And the reason I'm saying
how?
Well, nah, remember, Sean, we stated that way back in March when we started this shit.
Well, good for you guys. I hope you enjoy your life together. But let me go ahead and let me explain to you what I'm talking about. I'm alluding to the Scottie Pippen shit. Okay. Now, my thing is Scottie Pippen is saying that this is an NBA basketball. They're in a bubble. They don't have to worry about, all the hotel stays and things of that nature. For one, you know what? I'm going to say this, and y'all might not agree with me. Fuck Scottie Pippen. I'm going to tell you why, though. I'm going to tell you why. When basketball was on hiatus because of the pandemic, what do we have as far as basketball? The Last Dance, right? Shit was hot. We was watching that shit. So,
nigga, that was Michael Jordan's story. Don't you tell me shit. Talking about Scottie Pippen.
No. Let me finish. All
right, go ahead. My bad.
It made Scottie Pippen relevant again. That shit ruled the summer when basketball was on hiatus, in my opinion. But check this out.
He didn't play basketball. He got cut from the JV team. Don't worry about it.
Why didn't Michael Jordan's the GOAT? Then Kobe. But why didn't Scottie Pippen should have had this same energy when they started back in late July? Why are you waiting until right before the finals to discredit the shit?
Can I tell you why?
LeBron, can I finish?
No, I want to tell you why. I'm already telling you why. I know why he waited, because he watched the guys' podcast. He watched the guys' podcast way back when me and Sean said the exact same thing. LeBron is in a lose-lose situation. Scottie Pippen picked up on it. He saw it, and he was like, yo, I'm going to put this shit on national TV. That's why, plain and simple. But I get it. You're not versed like that, so you don't know. It's okay. I'm here to save you. All right?
My shooter shoot for me.
Yo, let me say this.
I'm pretty sure he does. Y'all motherfuckers like conjoined twins right now.
Man.
Shit.
Oh, you and Murph came out with a tag team joint against me. Like, what you talking about?
Yo.
Yeah, but but I'm no more. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna let you have that.
Yo.
I'm gonna let you have that. But I ain't get to finish. If LeBron wins, the narrative is gonna be, oh, it was in a bubble.
We said that already.
Normal. This, that, and that. If he loses,
we said
how the hell LeBron lose? He ain't had to go to the Clippers. The Heat was a 5th seed.
We said that. We already said this.
But they're changing that narrative now. But they're saying that playing the bubble is tougher than anything else because now.
What is wrong with that?
Who is
I
that?
agree. I agree.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna say like this, man.
You agree the bubble is harder?
No, I don't.
Let me. I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead, Mark. I'm gonna tell this black motherfucker at the bottom line.
You know, I'm gonna run a couple things down real quick.
I'm like a piece of fucking charcoal around this motherfucker.
I'm gonna get the Dre's question first, right? Yeah, I mean, can you be an asshole and a great player? Is that what you were asking about Kobe?
Yes and no. Reason why, but let me explain my question though, Mark. The reason why I asked it is because I do have a serious question with that. Is there a great player that actually led his team that was not an asshole? So that's more so where I was going with it.
Man,
LeBron?
No, but LeBron has asshole stories about him. Yeah, like not off the court, but definitely on the court.
LeBron is passive aggressive, which I don't like, and he's very cryptic.
Exactly,
he's very fucking cryptic. Fuck that.
LeBron is more on the petty. He on that kind of petty kind of. He's not an asshole. He's more on that petty shit.
I would say
that's worse.
Is Kobe an asshole? You know, in a great yes. You know, I knew Kobe. So yeah, you know, and it could be the littlest thing.
You know a lot of motherfuckers. Can you help us get some people on here?
This nigga is famous.
That nigga, every episode you say how you know a famous motherfucker. Can you please use your connections and get somebody on here?
We're live. We're a team.
How it is in the city, but
we're a team.
But seriously, like seriously, real talk. That like the littlest things bother him, right? Like if you downplay him, you know, or whatever he's done, man, he gonna try to hold a grudge against you. He held one against me, so I know this, right? Because I told him that he wouldn't have won no state title in high school if the Philly schools were eligible. And every time he seen me,
who that?
Yo. I told Kobe that.
Kobe, man, you know.
Hey, what y'all don't know is Mark is the reason that there was no more Jay-Z and Beanie Siegel beef. That's my guy. Mark is my guy. He squashed that shit.
I wish. Yeah, I wish that was a true story. But seriously, Kobe, you know, was real. He just was a maniacal guy. And the slightest little thing would bother him. He would actually use that as motivation. And, you know, Michael Jordan did the same thing. I'm quite sure LeBron does some of these same things. You don't get to be a great player.
He tried.
No, what I'm saying is you don't get to be a great player.
Yeah, he's just doing it in cornball.
Whatever. Yeah. You know, you don't get to be a great player doing that. That's number one.
Hey, you remember he sat down like, I'm not celebrating the Western Conference Championship.
Right.
Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Let me get to this, right?
Yeah, wait, Mark.
That's not
hold on. You talking about Kobe or you talking about Kobe or LeBron?
No,
I'm talking about LeBron, bitch.
Talking about LeBron.
Fuck LeBron.
Let Mark get off.
My bad. I apologize. I wasn't calling you a bitch. I was just saying bitch.
Let Mark get off.
No, let me say this, right? No, let me say this, right? Listen, from a basketball standpoint, I want the Miami Heat to win, and here's why, right?
Hey, Mark is on my side. Oh shit.
No, they have no top 10 draft picks, none, right? Half the rotation is from the second round or undrafted, you know. So these are the guys who got picked against. He ain't good enough. He ain't big enough. He's not fast enough. I love underdog teams, right? And I'm like, Miami's a true underdog, not so much in terms of, you know, their talent, but just how they were snubbed by brainless NBA GMs and scouts. And anybody who knows me knows I pick on NBA GMs at will all day, every day. They do stupid shit a lot, right? So I'm just like, man, I want to see Miami win because of that. But I'm going to tell you, right? I'm like, listen, LeBron, to me, just to me, he's one of the best to ever play. I have him at number 5 of all time, right? So
that's
I'm just
fair.
like, so
No. You can't just skeep. You can't skeep by that. What's your other four?
You're right. Give me 1 through 4. Give me 1 through 4, nigga. Give me 1 through 4.
I was ready to go, but I need to hit them other 4. Because if I don't hear a certain person name, I'm gonna have beef, nigga.
I'm gonna say like this, right? This is like, well, let me tell you how I calculate this, right? Stat.
No, I just want the 4. Fuck how you calculate it.
No. I
don't need no disclaimer.
How you calculate it?
Well, I don't have it like ranked 1, 2. Like I'm just giving you my 5.
All right, bet.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Kareem.
Facts.
Mike.
Facts.
Bill.
Facts.
Russell. That's Bill Russell. I got Russell.
So we just gonna leave Magic out the equation? I'm done with this shit. All right, Sean, take over. Take over, Sean. I'm done with this shit. Take over, Sean. Take over, Sean.
I just hope that the Heat win tonight. I'm be honest. I hope the Heat win the series, man. I don't think I can take no more of the LeBron is the GOAT now. People making up shit as they go along. This dude sit in the middle of the floor. You know what I mean? When they won against the measly Denver Nuggets. And he was in the middle of the floor like, I'm not celebrating because we got work to do. Like, come on, man.
Let me throw one more thing in here. Wait a minute, hold up, Stack. I'm gonna throw one more thing in here, right? And this is for Anthony Davis. You know, if he happens to see this. You cannot lose against your young bull. Bam Adebayo is your young bull. You cannot lose against your young bull. A young bull ain't supposed to, treat the OG like that. The OG got to put the young bull in his place. You know what I'm saying? He cannot lose against his young boy. That's like losing against your little brother. You know what I'm saying? Because they're both Kentucky guys.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? AD is his mentor. You cannot lose against your young bull.
I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to tell y'all what's really going on. What's really going on is Mark has been in the mirror. He's been practicing being an analyst. He's been practicing being a motherfucking commentator. Mark is trying to lead the guys. That is some shit an analyst would say. They ain't even played a full game, and he's always talking about you can't lose against the young bull. But he's trying to do it with a Philly twang. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the nigga that's going to go up there and be like, yo, fuck Joel. No, he ain't going to say fuck Joel because he loves Joel. He going to be like, fuck Ben Simmons. Get him the fuck out of here, dickhead. Yeah. You know what I'm
saying? Yo, thanks.
Straight up. Doc, save Ben Simmons. All right, that's all I got.
All right, we done.
So, yeah, my last point is, man, again, I can't stress it enough. I keep telling you guys, I told you guys in the beginning, since inception, LeBron is trying to control the narrative. His entire team is trying to control the narrative across everything. Nowhere on any planet is 4 rings better than 6 rings or 5 rings. But the narrative is spun if he's done it with 3 different. That's one narrative could be he's done it with 3 different teams, as if he had no support with these teams. The other narrative gonna
bunch of future Hall of Famers.
Bunch of future Hall of Famers. And the second narrative is going to be that he did inside the bubble, which was never done before. No shit. We're in a different time right now. We got no choice but to do it that way. The third narrative was going to be that LeBron turned it on and no one could stop him. All of this shit is going to be placed in a narrative to try to make it seem as if his team, I give him credit. He has probably one of the best media teams out there you can find. Because
I wish Cam Newton had the same shit, man.
I wish Dak Prescott.
Cam Newton would not. If Cam Newton had LeBron's team, he would not be a Patriot right now, bro.
I think if any of us had his team, we'd be in a whole different era, a whole different plateau right now.
Facts.
Just because they put things in a way where they create the narrative for this guy as he go along. That's the only thing I don't respect. I think that he's a great player. I'll be front and I'll be hating if I say that he's not a great player. I think he's a phenomenal player. He is one of the greats, but he's not the great.
No,
I don't think that the stuff that his team and himself doing behind the scenes by creating these narratives, I just don't think is necessary. When you're a great player like that, you don't need that additional narrative to try to catapult you across everybody else. You know what I mean? That's just what I got to say about it.
Wait a minute. And one more question, Sean. All right, if the Lakers win the title, will you come on the Guys podcast, that you're a part of, if they win? Like, will you still come on or will you take the night off? I just want to.
I'm going to take a little mini vacation and let you guys rock for a while. I'll take a mini vacation on. You can't take.
You won't be able to take Stacks. Will Stacks be too unbearable for you, or?
I mean, we can easily cancel Stacks out real quick. We can just use this line, or
Wow! Why? Sometimes it be your.
Hey, watch this.
Boom, like that.
Taken care of.
As simple as that. We can just like, hey, Stacks, bye, Stacks. We can be like, hey, Stacks, bye, Stacks.
Sometimes be your. Can I say one thing, Sean? And I feel you, because being a lifelong Laker fan, LeBron coming on our team with these LeBron stands, I call them stands because we try to
go home. It's over. We try to wrap it up.
No, he's right.
Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit. But check this out. It's kind of like an unhappy marriage where you're just staying together for the kids.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like you just stay. And these guys are really these LeBron stands. They're like if the Lakers lose one game, they need this, they need that.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. We got who we got. Don't make excuses for this guy.
They do.
Well, check this out. If we win, fuck LeBron getting this fourth ring, the Lakers will tie the Celtics with 17. Laker Nation, baby. Think about it.
And his fucking bubble is not harder than regular playoffs. I don't want to hear that
bullshit. Shut the fuck up, Merv.
It's not.
Listen, how the fuck is you? Nobody have to go nowhere. The barbershop is right there.
Staples would be rocking right now. This game would be in fucking Staples Center with the 24 and the 2 for Gianna on the fucking floor.
Okay, and you're speaking from one angle right now, nigga. Because you know what else the fuck be going on? You have to travel to their fucking place as well. All right? And you know what else is a lot better?
LeBron know that gym.
No, stop. Because if this regular playoffs, Milwaukee is a whole nother fucking animal at home. You might not be playing fucking Miami.
There you go. Every time we talk about basketball, somebody will pull Milwaukee out there. But Milwaukee. Somebody will pull. Hey, Giannis, he was good. But in these playoffs, Giannis was
everybody. That's everybody. Because even Boston.
And
you got to go play in Boston. And you know what? Everybody said, hold up. You talk, right? So let me talk. Everybody said. Hey Drake, I know we got 7 minutes, but everybody NBA has said Boston is one of the hardest fucking places to play. They rims don't fucking give. Like
that's because they don't like niggas in Boston.
What?
They don't like niggas in Boston. It's hard.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So the bubble. You playing on neutral. You playing on neutral ground. You play on neutral ground, so this bubble is not fucking harder than regular playoffs. And another thing about the playoffs, you know what you got to do? You got to deal with fucking jet lag. You got to deal getting on a fucking plane and going to this
You and your Pippen shit now.
He's
no,
right.
no.
You clinging to Pippen.
No. Pippen angle went after Braun. But far as the fucking bubble, I agree with him. All right? The bubble is not fucking harder than the regular playoffs. You got to go to a whole nother team, a whole nother fucking city, get on a plane, fly back, get readjusted, as opposed, you know what the fuck they do? You play basketball, you go about 10 minutes down the road, and you go to fucking sleep. You wake up the next day, play basketball. Like, everything is right there for you. They have made this shit convenient. So don't hit me with that this bubble is fucking harder than regular playoffs.
Those teams that were great at home, they're harder to beat. In the playoffs, they're harder to beat.
Right.
You know, in their gym, they're harder to beat.
Right.
You know, I mean, the Bucks were hard. The Bucks were good at home. Boston was good at home.
Boston was good at home.
Even Philly was good at home. Shit. You know,
and the Lakers weren't. And the Lakers weren't. Who would be playing 4 at home, 3 on the road? And the Lakers weren't good at home.
Hey, hold on. Hey, man, you being defensive right now because neither one of us said a damn thing about the Lakers. We saying the bubble is
Talk that shit, bro.
We just talking about the fucking bubble.
Talk that shit, bro. Talk that shit, bro.
We talking about the
Talk that shit, bro.
You the Lakers up.
Get them.
Because you motherfuckers hate. You got
that shit, bro.
Hey, throw these niggas some pom-poms that they cheering for you.
Oh,
shit.
Eddie.
The fuck going on there, man?
Y'all must be losing. Are y'all losing?
I'm not. Are y'all losing? We winning. Are y'all playing?
Are you drunk?
There. New York Knicks, whoever the fuck
you
get out of there.
You know what? He's drunk. Yeah, he's drunk.
Can I get my 90-second wrap up? Because
wrap up.
I'm actually good.
This is a good 90-second wrap up. Let's start with you, Stacks. Your 90-second wrap up.
Show that shit. I love it. I'm here for it.